Good morning, my name is Matthew Hugo from Weather Commerce, and this is this morning's weather brief on Thursday the 9th of June. Today's weather brief will cover a summary on the West European 5-day average temperatures, the UK, Europe, Scandinavian precipitation, and finally global weather alerts. Firstly, we'll start by taking a summarised look at the mean surface temperatures across Europe. Between days 11 and 15, confidence levels are around medium, to suggest that temperatures are likely to be either near or trending slightly below climate averages across most of Europe. Confidence levels are only medium as well for the 6 to 10 day period, primarily because there is model divergence with regards to the temperature trends across certain areas of Europe. The majority of Europe is forecast to maintain to have temperatures either near or trending slightly below climate averages, but some of the forecast models signal certain countries perhaps having temperatures trending slightly above climate averages. And finally, between days 2 and 5, confidence levels are high, given that the continued signal maintains itself today for the majority of Europe to have temperatures trending below climate averages by at least 2 or 3 degrees, but locally perhaps as much as 3 or 4 degrees in some instances. And now taking a look at the United Kingdom in some closer detail. And a trend is now beginning to become evident in relation to the last few days and also to today's latest forecast models, in that between days 11 and 15, temperatures are forecast to be either near or trending slightly below climate averages by 1 or 2 degrees. There remains some model divergence, but as you can see within the highlighted red circle, the majority, if not all, of the available forecast models have temperatures either near or trending slightly below climate averages, as predominantly cool and unsettled conditions maintain themselves across the UK. The 6 to 10 day period once again does have some uncertainty, given that there is divergence within the available forecast models. However, looking at the broader scale, and as you will see, the majority, if not all, of the available forecast models have temperatures again either near or trending slightly below climate averages by 1 or 2 degrees beyond the weekend in the 11th of 12th of June. As a result, confidence levels are medium or perhaps medium to high now, given an increasing level of consistency to suggest that the predominantly cool conditions are likely to continue across the UK beyond the weekend in the 11th of 12th. And finally, between days 2 and 5, despite an ongoing signal that temperatures may well start to rise at the end of the 2 to 5 day period, the majority of the period is forecast to have temperatures at least 3 or 4 degrees below climate averages, as predominantly cool and settled conditions, particularly for the time of year, dominate across all of the United Kingdom. The following weather chart for Friday the 10th of June helps to illustrate why temperatures are forecast to be generally below climate averages, particularly over the next 2 to 5 or 6 days, as low pressure just to the north of the UK produces cool northwesterly winds across many areas of the country. And now taking a look at the expected European temperatures in some closer detail. A signal from the last few days is evident today within the 11 to 15 day time frame, and that is for temperatures across the majority of Europe to be either near or perhaps trending slightly below climate averages. However, there is a general lack of consistency. As a result, confidence levels are only medium at best. I have chosen the latest Switzerland model comparison graph as an illustration of the expected temperature trends within the longer term across the majority of Europe, and as you can see, there is some model divergence within the latest forecast models. As a result, confidence levels are quite low, but overall the majority, if not all, of the available forecast models within the highlighted red circle signal temperatures to be either near or trending 1 or 2 degrees below climate averages. Between days 6 and 10, it has to be emphasised that there is quite a significant amount of uncertainty with regards to the expected temperature trends, particularly across certain countries. The current West European map view, for example, has temperatures across Benelux and Germany potentially trending slightly above climate averages, yet across parts of France and Switzerland and perhaps even down into Italy, temperatures may well be trending slightly below climate averages. The latest Italy model comparison graph helps to illustrate this situation, and as you can see, between the 6 to 10 day period during the middle of the forecast period, the majority, if not all, of the available forecast models have temperatures at least 2 or 3 degrees below climate averages. This represents quite significantly cool conditions across Italy, for example, but I expect that this temperature trend is not representative of the majority or the rest of Europe. As a result, certain countries may well have temperatures trending slightly below climate averages, but equally some other countries may well have temperatures near or perhaps even trending slightly above. And finally, between days 2 and 5, there is little change from the last couple of days, and that is to put emphasis on high confidence for the majority of Europe to have temperatures trending slightly below climate averages, but in some countries well below climate averages for the time of year. The United Kingdom, Benelux, Germany, Switzerland, for example, may well have temperatures at least 4 or 5 degrees below climate averages over the next 2 to 5 days, as particularly cool weather dominates across the majority of Europe. But now taking a look at the expected precipitation totals across Scandinavia, and there maintains a trend from the last few days at least for many western areas of Scandinavia, including the majority of Sweden, but also the majority, if not all, of Norway, to have precipitation totals trending well above climate averages over the next 7 to 14 days. Some areas of Norway in particular may well have precipitation totals in excess of 125 millimetres, which is comfortably 300 to 400% of normal. In contrast, many areas of Finland and some eastern areas of Sweden are likely to have precipitation totals below climate averages over the next 7 to 14 days, as generally much drier conditions dominate the weather. And now taking a look at global weather alerts, which highlight significant deviations from normal. And the trend from the last few days continues today, and it is worth highlighting that many central and northern regions of China, particularly over the next 7 to 10 days, are forecast to have temperatures well above climate averages. Many areas are likely to see temperatures at least 6 to 8 degrees above climate averages, with mean surface temperatures ranging between 30 to perhaps even 35 degrees Celsius in some areas. And finally, many areas of Australia are forecast to have temperatures below climate averages over the next 7 to 10 days at least, as a particularly cool, if not cold, spell of weather dominates across the majority of the country. Some central and northern regions of the country are likely to have temperatures at least 4 to 6 degrees below climate averages, with also some central and southern areas of the country having mean surface temperatures very close to freezing. Thank you for listening to today's weather brief. Goodbye.